Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Joe Flash, and I'm back with another reaction video. I've been saving this one for days and days and days, and I really actually never thought I was ever going to get the chance to be able to do this video, but finally I do. I've been waiting for days to do it, and even though it's already been numbers of days past it already, but 4 days ago, it was Spider-Man Day, which obviously people celebrate Spider-Man and stuff like that, which I found it out on the Instagram account since Spider-Man, the Marvel superhero Spider-Man himself does have an Instagram account and the Spider-Man movie as well, and one of the voices for him that I follow also celebrated it as well by having a what do you call it? Yeah, a little filter thing and doing his best impression, doing his little voice for him and stuff. So yeah. And I thought that because it was Spider-Man Day a few days ago, I really wanted to do it yesterday and then the day before that, but I never got the chance because my parents had to take over this room to watch TV. But finally, they're allowing me to give me the chance to do it, and I'm going to be reacting to the Spider-Man voice comparison updated version because it has more voices for Spider-Man. Now, I've already reacted to this video before, Spider-Man voice comparison updated version by GenerationWest. This video was made 11 months ago, and I already reacted to this video before. I reacted to it on November 4th, 2019, so this was a few months back, and obviously that was before the coronavirus would hit. And if you probably have already seen, and if you've already seen the video, then you probably do know who I already like as the voice for Spider-Man and stuff like that. Well, those 3 picks that I did give at the end of part 2, I had to split it up between part 1 and part 2 because it was a long video. And I might have to do it again here in this video because, you know, it's a really long video. It's like 36 minutes long because there's so many voices for people. There's so many people that have done the voice for Spider-Man over the years. And, I'm going to do it again. I still am going to have my same 3 picks that I had from the last time I reacted to the voice comparison updated version for Spider-Man. But there will be some other people, not just my 3 picks, but other people that I will give credit to as the voice of Spidey, because there's some other people that have pretty good voices. Some that I'll have them as like my next picks. Some of them that I'll have like an okay and maybe picks. Like they're not going to officially be my picks, but they'll be like okay and maybe picks. Like I'm just thinking about it, you know, and all that kind of stuff, you know, okay and maybe picks. And then all that kind of stuff, so you know. Now, of course, as usual, if I like them, I'll give it a thumbs up. If I'm not really too sure about it, if I can't decide between if I like it or not, then I'll say maybe. And if I don't like it, then of course I'm going to say thumbs down. So, you already know the drill. I got the video up right here. That's a pretty good image right there of 3 different versions of Spideys. You probably already recognize who they are. So, of course, I already know that my 3 picks for Spidey in the last time I reacted to the video are still going to be here. And they will still be my picks at the end of the video. Like I said, I might have to do part 2, so this will probably have to be part 1, and I'll have to do part 2 in the next video, because like I said, this is a big list. So I'll have to probably split it up again, but yeah. So my 3 picks will still be in this video, but I'll give other people credit too, because there are other people that have a pretty good voice for Spider-Man as well, and all that. I just figured, I do have Spider-Man games. Of course, I still have Spider-Man Friend or Foe and Gyro Dimensions. I was originally maybe going to do a video where I replay those games on my YouTube channel and stuff. Like, not replay the whole game, but, you know, play, like, a little bit of part of it and stuff. But I decided to do Spider-Man voice comparison instead because, you know, why the heck not? And plus, there are other people that I want to give credit to for Spider-Man as well, other than my 3 picks I did the last time I reacted to it. So that's why I decided maybe I'll do this again, so it really is a little shame, unfortunately, I can't have my face in this one because, you know, the D recorder's still not working. Hold on, let me fix the board. It's got, like, little, like, but never mind. I think this will probably have to work. Yeah, I think that will maybe work. Alright, so, once again, thumbs up if I like it, maybe if I'm not too sure about it, and thumbs down if I don't like it. So, without further ado, let's go right on ahead and get into it. I'm really excited to actually relive this, actually. So, let's just go ahead and just get this over with, shall we? Like John C. and Triple H always say, your time is up, my time is now, it's time to play the game. Let's just do this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Seems we have an over-enthusiastic art lover in our midst. Come on, Spidey boy, get hold of yourself. You're not seeing things.
1967.
It's nothing.
Well, this is the original show with that original theme song, you know, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can, so I'll give it a thumbs up. I've seen a few episodes from that show before when I had like a Spider-Man DVD I rented from the library that had bonus features with these, you know, classic episodes, so yeah. I mean, of course, I have to give it a thumbs up. It's a classic, you know. You always gotta give thumbs ups to classics. Oh yeah. Nicholas Hammond, 1977.
Get the president out of there. There might still be time.
I heard that there's some other movies he's pretty good for, but clearly, apparently, he was our very first live-action Spider-Man back in the days in 1977. Like I said, I really have never ever seen this still. I still have never ever seen this, and I'm probably never going to be able to see it, probably. But there are some other movies that I did hear Nicholas Hammond was famous for, but I don't know if he's still famous for Spider-Man or not, but clearly he was our very first ever live-action Spider-Man, so yeah. The lenses do look pretty weird, but at least it's better for something to make him look like Spider-Man.
Sitting on the curb. Just be there tonight at 11.
I'll go ahead and give him a thumbs up. Ted Schwartz, 1981.
Speaking of trouble, that sounded like someone breaking into the museum. A definite no-no if I ever heard one. Why didn't I think of this before? If I can rewire my radio to the frequency of Doc Ock's sonic oscillator...
I'm not too sure about this one. I'll say maybe.
It's working. Okay, Doc. Ready or not, here I come. Hey, what's this? Oh, wow. Angelica Jones is Firestar. And that must mean Iceman.
I do remember when there was some best friends of mine named Tanner and Aaron that used to live across the street from me. They showed me a couple of episodes from the show. I don't think I saw the full episode, but they did show me a couple clips from the show and stuff. Spider-Man and his amazing friends. I have seen it a little bit.
Well, are we a team?
I'll go ahead and give him a thumbs up. That's an okay voice. That's another classic show.
You've been disarmed, Doc.
Unknown voice.
Come clean and tell me what the Kingpin is up to.
I've heard of this game. Never played it, of course.
I don't get it. Why would the Kingpin want to blow up his own city? Tell me where to find
I'll say maybe. That sounds kind of almost like Paul, the guy who originally voiced Spider-Man in the old classic show.
Well, I got some keys to find.
Yeah, so maybe do whoever this guy is.
This lizard creature is about to tear you.
Sorry, ow. Yes. Christopher Daniel Barnes, 1994 Spider-Man series show. Great show. That's the show that I rented from the library. They have DVDs of it, and I really like it a lot. I really actually would love to see the whole show if I could find it on Netflix or something. Great show. Classic, so yes, thumbs up.
If I stop being Spider-Man, who else will suffer? I saved the world again. And what do I get for it? As usual.
I actually have it on DVD too. I actually have a DVD copy of it right now.
Someone thanking Spider-Man? Oh, that's a first.
That's a great show, man.
Showtime. So close.
Oh yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Come on. Do your job. Maximum Spider. Hey, web ball. Shoot. Web swing.
Sure, I'll give it a thumbs up. That actually sounds alright. Usually when Marvel vs. Capcom comes in, Marvel vs. Capcom are pretty good games, but most of the time the voice actors for like certain people just don't really sound all that good, you know? Like I remember looking at it before from like the person who voiced the Hulk in the game didn't sound good. He sounded like human. And Venom, that didn't sound good either. Some of them sounded like a maybe and stuff, but apparently this guy actually sounds okay as Spider-Man. So yeah, the voice actors are pretty weird when they hire them for Marvel vs. Capcom, because they really don't make them speak, they just have like certain dialogue and stuff, so it's pretty weird, but this guy actually sounds like Spider-Man, and sounds alright, so I'll give him a thumbs up.
Spider Sting. One for JJ.
Marvel vs. Capcoms really are pretty cool games. I never played them, but they sound cool. Actually, no, I'm lying. I actually played Marvel vs. Capcom before on computer with my brother OJ, actually, I forgot about that. Okay, Buster Maxwell. I think that's the game I have for the Sega Genesis. Unfortunately, because I don't have the Sega Genesis thing anymore, unfortunately I will never play that game, but I do have like the copy of it.
Sorry, Shaggy, I found the pot of gold, but there's no on-off switch.
I'll say maybe.
Guess it's time for the world to get acquainted with the
Oh yeah. I did hear about this show, Spider-Man Unlimited. Came out in 1999, apparently, the same year where Super Smash Bros. Made his debut with his very first ever game coming out in Nintendo 64. Which that's the only Smash Bros. Game I've never played ever in my life, but yeah, I did hear this was a pretty good show too, Spider-Man Unlimited. I heard it was pretty good. I seen a little bit of a clip on it on YouTube. It kind of really does look pretty cool and all that stuff. It kind of almost feels almost like the 1994 show with Christopher Daniel Barnes voicing him. Unfortunately, I also heard that it got canceled because of that Digimon show, which I've heard about it. So yeah, it really didn't have a long lasting. Kind of is a little shame that it did get canceled because of the Digimon show, but I heard it did pretty good while it lasted, so Reno Romero. There's other voices he's done. I know he voices the Batman from the Batman show and all that, but hearing that voice, I'm gonna go ahead and give him a thumbs up. That's actually a really good voice. I really actually almost sounds like Christopher Daniel Barnes almost. He actually really almost does sound like him. I feel like the Spider-Man Unlimited show, I feel like I can almost compare it to the 1994 show with Christopher Daniel Barnes voicing Spidey. Really almost sounds like Christopher Daniel Barnes, just a little different. And yeah, I did also discover he got a different suit for that series. He started out with the classic suit, but then he got a different suit. I never seen any of those Spider-Man games.
I won't let them down. So, we're partners. But only for now. After we bust those tech thieves, it's payback time for kidnapping my wife. Okay, recap. A couple of 100 feet underwater,
Reno Romero.
walls, and deadly turrets pointing straight at me. Spider-Man. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
X-Men Mutant Academy 2.
Can't we be friends?
I never seen those games either. Some of these stuff that they'll put up, I don't really have never seen them or played them.
Weren't counting on my mutant butt-kicking power, were ya? You guys don't fight well solo, do you? Easy there, buddy. Heard about the big bust out at the Void.
X-Men 2, Wolverine's Revenge.
Rode out here in the
Sorry if I keep switching up the volume, it's just because, I need to turn it up. I can't turn it up too loud, otherwise Michael Wayne will figure out I'm watching YouTube on TV and then I won't be able to do reactions for a while. Yes! Of course! Tobey Maguire, the best Spider-Man actor ever! Love those... Ugh, man, there's no doubt about that, man. Tobey Maguire is literally the best Spider-Man actor ever. And those films are great. Well, everybody liked I heard most people liked the first one and second one. Not everybody was actually a fan of the third Spider-Man film. Well, I liked it myself when I saw them. I like all three films, really. Well, my least favorite one is Spider-Man 2, but I do like the first one and third one, yeah. I mean, they're all great. And Tobey Maguire, he really brought the character to life when he played him. He's indeedably the best Spider-Man actor ever, no doubt about that. And he, of course, is one of my favorite Spider-Man actors, of course. You can't deny that. Tobey, man, just the best, really. There's just nothing else I could say other than he's just the best Spider-Man actor ever, and pretty much everybody's favorite live-action Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire just really made a character of Spider-Man when he played him. Just listen to that voice, man. That's just... It's just the kind of voice you just want to hear over and over and over again for Spider-Man. Oh, yeah. And he voiced him in the Spider-Man movie games as well. They're pretty good games as well. I played the first one and second one on the GameCube. First one was really good. Second one, I didn't get too far on it, but it was alright too. Third one, I only played it once before. I didn't really enjoy it all that much, but yeah. It's kind of a coincidence how usually, the first and second Spider-Man movie were good, but then most people didn't exactly like Spider-Man 3 all that much. It's kind of a coincidence how the same thing goes, that apparently for the first and second Spider-Man games they were alright, but not everybody liked the third Spider-Man game. That's pretty coincidence, huh? They were originally all supposed to plan to make a Spider-Man 4, is from what I heard, but unfortunately it got cancelled off because I guess it must have to do something with, Spider-Man 3 not going all that well. I don't know.
It's my home. My playground. My responsibility.
It's always great that, when... Sorry if I keep pausing it so much, but, it's always great that, whenever Marvel makes a game out of based off a movie and stuff like that, off a superhero movie that involves them. It's nice that they bring the same voice actor or the guy who plays the character in the movie and then brings them in later to voice the character for his own character in the movie game. You know what I mean? It's always nice that they do that every now and then because it's appropriate. You know, it's appropriate that they brought Tobey Maguire in to voice Spider-Man in the movie games as well after he played him in the movies. It's nice.
Fate handed me amazing powers, and I made a promise to use those powers to help people.
How can you just not
Comes great responsibility.
love him as Spider-Man, man?
I don't know who you are, lady.
Oh,
Swipe at Spidey days.
yes, now Patrick Harris.
Just a short promotional.
Now Patrick Harris for Spider-Man, the new animated series. I have some of them on DVD. That was an extremely short-lived series with only one season. But it was really good while it lasted, I'll be honest. It was a really good show, and I really do love its intro theme as well. It's actually pretty cool. But that was really a pretty good show while it did last, and now Patrick Harris did a pretty good job. I didn't really like how the last episode of that show ended. I really did not like it at all. I really did not like how it ended with its final episode, but it was still good, nonetheless. It kind of would be great if maybe one day Marvel decides to bring this show back, but it's probably never going to happen, but it'd be nice, though.
You underestimated 21st century
I wouldn't really say that Spider-Man show is meant for everybody, because they do say a few cuss words and stuff, but it's still good, nonetheless.
Careful.
So probably this show's not meant for everybody, but it is actually a part of my childhood show because I actually saw this when I was actually a young kid. That's how I discovered it and bought the DVD, so this is kind of a part of my childhood.
You won't get to the mayor. You have a thing for 30mm carbine tracers.
This was born in 2003.
Sold right here. Oh, I forgot. You're not a paying customer, are you? Okay.
Oh yes, and Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions 2, yes. Love that game. If you guys have seen my gameplay videos, you probably already know I did a gameplay video based off the Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions game for Wii. I love it. It's my #1 favorite Spider-Man game. It's my second favorite game in the whole world. Now Patrick Harris actually does a better job with this voicing for Spider-Man in the game because he sounds more like, you know, actual Peter Parker-ish. He sounds a little bit different. You know, when he did him in the new Spider-Man, the new animated series, he sounded a little bit different. But it's alright. It was still good enough that it was. But he actually sounds a little bit better. Like, more like... Sounds really more like Peter Parker when he voiced him in the Shattered Dimensions game. So, yeah. I like him in both regards. Both the new animated series and the Shattered Dimensions game.
Why did I say that? I envy you guys. You're happy just being walking cliché.
Sean Marquardt? I can't pronounce his name.
Guys, leave the lady alone.
Ultimate Spider-Man 2005.
Electric guy you're supposed to be
I think I've seen that game. I think I've seen the cover of that game. Yeah, I have. It used to be on the GameCube. There was the cover of it, and I saw the back of it as well, yeah. Fortunately, I've never played it, but I did see the cover of it, though, and...
too hard.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what people said about this game, but...
Hey, I know you get this all the time, but any of you see a
I'll go and give it a thumbs up. That's not bad.
Everybody gets one.
Oh, jeez, Family Guy. Jeez. Before I rank this, I have to be... I wouldn't really say that I'm a big fan of Family Guy, but I have seen some clips on YouTube, and I have seen a few episodes on TV as well. Me and Dad got a kick out of it, and we both kind of laughed our butts off of it and stuff. But it's not a show that I really watch a lot and stuff. I'm not really into the show, but it is fun enough nonetheless. So, like I said, that's why I say I'm not really a big fan of the show, but it's alright, you know? Jeez, I mean, nothing, like, any guest character that appears in the show, it's really not meant to be taken seriously at all. It's just for comedy and stuff. So any comedy show ain't really supposed to be taken seriously and stuff, so yeah, this is really not meant to be taken seriously at all. But I will still respectfully go ahead and give this guy and everybody else that voiced him in the...
Bingo.
Because yeah, there was more than one guy that voiced him. I'll give every single guy that voiced Spider-Man and Family Guy a thumbs up. Because it's funny, you know, it's a funny show. I like... Family Guy may not be, like, I'm not a big fan of the show, but it's hilarious, so
Never happened to me
I like
before.
it.
It's just, you're so attractive and it's been a while. You know, some people say that's good for your hair.
Hmm?
My spider sense is tingling.
Robot chicken. Oh man.
Nothing? Okay.
I'll give it a thumbs up because I like Robot Chicken. It's very funny. I watch it on YouTube every now and then.
After tonight, the vulture can't call me a virgin ever again.
And real quick, it's another one of them comedy shows as well. You know, usually most of the time when they hire a voice actor to voice a character in Robot Chicken, usually they don't really sound like the character. It's just meant to sound funny and stuff. But it's actually kind of cool how this guy, Zeb Wells, actually sounds like Spider-Man a bit while he's voicing him in a comedy show, Robot Chicken. So that's actually kind of cool. Man, Robot Chicken's hilarious, man. I love it. Me and my parents actually get a kick out of it every now and then.
Be more specific. Of course I'm in danger. I'm hundreds of feet above Manhattan.
You gotta be kidding. This is going to be too easy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this better be good. I don't have
I
much
played that
time.
game a little bit before Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects.
This was supposed to be my day off.
I didn't get too far in the game, but it was alright.
If those rescue helicopters get destroyed, people will be in serious trouble. Ouch. You're gonna feel that in the
I'll say maybe.
You know what we call that? We call that a web-slinging ass kicking.
Oh! Yes, James Arnold Taylor. James Arnold Taylor could pretty much almost voice any character, even Spider-Man. I'll give him a thumbs up, of course. But, not for this, though. Not for this thing. I'm waiting for the thing I'm waiting for what I like him voicing him in it. Not this game or whatever it is. Not this one. Yes, this is the one. Spider-Man Friend or Foe, yes. Great game. I played it on my YouTube channel too. I played it many, many years ago, probably a little later after I began in 2017, and it was good. Really love that game. That would probably have to be my second favorite Spider-Man game. James Arnold Taylor really just knows how to voice almost any character.
I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But I'm not feeling so friendly right this second. I'm Spider-Man, and you are? Are you still conscious? Leave my neighborhood. That was fun. For me. Wow. So much for taking the subway down the road.
Oh yeah, and Lego Marvel Super Heroes 1. I played it on the Wii U. It was a pretty fun game.
Making a mess.
I almost forgot he voiced him in Lego Marvel Super Heroes 1.
My aunt needs me to pick up a dozen eggs, and I'm drowning in eggs. If I knew then what I know now.
Oh, yes. Quentin Flynn from Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1, yes. That's a great game right there, too. That's a really, really good game. And he actually doesn't have a bad voice for Spider-Man. I actually like it.
And then there's the army of lunatics out there who'd love to play hockey with my skull. So being Spider-Man isn't all money and glamour. Well, there is no money or glamour. But I do get
Really good game.
guys like the Scorpion. Heads up! Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Hey kid, didn't your mom ever tell you not to play with giant killer robots?
I've never seen this before, so I don't know what this is.
One might be a little outside my league.
This kind of almost makes Spider-Man look like the way he looked on the back of the cover of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1.
Like gigantic destroying the city? This dude's got flamethrowers. So, I hope that helps from Iron Man. How I spent my summer vacation.
Yes! Yes, 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 of course. Josh Keaton is my #1 and only favorite voice for an animated and video game cartoon-wise Spider-Man. I mean, there are other people that are good too, but he's my #1 favorite. Josh Keaton just really does a great job with the voice. I miss him voicing Spider-Man still. And like I said, and this was actually the guy I was talking about. You know, earlier when I was talking about that there was a guy that I follow that does the voice of Spider-Man that celebrated Spider-Man Day 2 by having that filter and stuff. This was him. That was Josh Keaton who did that. Josh Keaton just really, to me, has the best and has a perfect voice for an animated and video game Spider-Man and stuff. And I love the Spectacular Spider-Man show. That's a great show. I have both seasons on DVD. Haven't watched them in a while, but I probably will watch them again someday because it's a really great show. I'm in love with it. It's probably my #1 favorite Spider-Man show.
I
I can sum it up in one glorious...
Kind of was also a part of my childhood, too.
Spider-Man. Oh, guys, you play hot potato hardcore. Dude, you are the bossiest damsel in distress I have ever rescued. Also the ugliest, heaviest, and the first. Why, I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, of course. I admire anyone
Man,
who
just
dresses up as their
Josh
favorite
Keaton, I'm just in love with his voice for Spider-Man. He just really is the best to me.
You heard the one about great power coming with great
I can't get enough of Josh Keaton voicing him.
Okay, kid, just remember, I'm used to talking to
Oh
myself.
yeah, and he
Not
voices
other
him in
people.
Superhero
I
Squad.
want a China shop.
Well, I haven't seen that game, but I do have the one for the Wii where, you know, you unlock Spider-Man after collecting tokens and stuff, and it was a pretty good game, more Superhero Squad. I'm not a big fan of the show, though, really. I wouldn't really say I'm a big fan of the Superhero Squad show, but it is a bit funny and stuff. Me and Dad kind of got some laughs out of it and stuff. It's kind of not really meant for adults, because that Superhero Squad's really meant for kids, really, so yeah. But it was alright. Some episodes were pretty funny and stuff. But the video games are better. The Superhero Squad video games. Oh, yes. And he voices him in Shattered Dimensions. Well, not as the main Spider-Man. We already saw Neil Patrick Harris earlier. So this is him as Ultimate Spider-Man. I kind of sort of wish Josh Keaton could have voiced, you know, the main Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man. But that's what I said in my last video. But really, the Ultimate Spider-Man, though, where you're seeing right here in the black suit, that's actually the same Spider-Man. It's just like the Amazing Spider-Man. He's Peter Parker, and his main costume is red and blue, but to be able to make it easier to tell the difference between all four of them, they decided to put the Ultimate Spider-Man in black suit, so yeah. So it doesn't matter to me now. So it doesn't matter to me anymore that I wish he voices the main Spider-Man, but it's alright. Since because he's Peter Parker and he is, you know, the red and blue Spidey suit, it doesn't matter. Like I said, he had to put them in the black suit just to make it easier to tell the difference between all of them.
Great, just great. I figure why not swing by the Triskelion and see if I could get some help from Nick Fury or any of his S.H.I.E.L.D. agents.
You can unlock some costumes in the game, and you can unlock him where you can play as Ultimate Spider-Man in his red and blue suit.
Look out! Here comes the Spider-Man. Spider sense is tingling.
Oh yeah, Marvel vs.
With great
Capcom
power
3.
Comes a great beatdown. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
There is a dialogue that I heard from it before.
Does what a spider can. You got a black belt and stupid.
Yeah, that's the dialogue I heard before from it.
Say cheese. That's why JJ pays me the big bucks. Didn't even need my spider sense for that one. Good old spider sense. What would I do without you? You've got great power, Albert, but you're not very responsible with it. You've got a lot to learn about priorities.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man Edge of Time, yeah. That was a good game as well. It kind of follows similar concept from Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions because there's the same fighting style for Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099, but yeah. That game did get a little bit harder when I kept going through, but I eventually did complete it. It was pretty fun. It was nice that they brought Josh Keaton in to voice, you know, the main Amazing Spider-Man.
An effect on you in 2099? It's impossible. Like a wormhole through the fourth dimension. So I can change things here now that can immediately change things in the future? That's amazing. Spectacular, even. On foot. You're kidding, right? You have any idea?
Oh yeah, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. That game is actually, I played that on the Wii too, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 is actually better than the first one in my opinion, but this guy, Ben Diskin,
Yeah, but don't you guys wonder, I mean, invading a foreign country? Like we're soldiers of fortune or something? Hey, if he had offered to throw in a lifetime supply of stain remover, I would have been right there. As it is...
I'll have to say maybe. I think I like him better as Venom, actually. I know he voices Venom, and I like him better as
Hey,
Venom.
now, if you're gonna get personal...
I think there's some other voices he's done too, but I think I like him better mostly as
From
Venom.
that haircut, of course. Whoa. Okay, that's a first. I actually caught a bug in one of my webs. He's a bug. I'm a spider. Nature takes...
I never seen that before.
Hey, Iron Man. Who got tangled in my web? He told us Ultron was here to take the logon codes for Avengers.
He sounds alright, but I'm just really not too sure about it, because he doesn't sound like 100%.
It started just like this. 4 days ago.
Oh yeah.
Debris.
I've only played that game a couple times before, Spider-Man Web of Shadows. I didn't get too far in it at all, because I was pretty young when I played this, so I wasn't really smart enough to know how to get through these games, but... Look, I did hear, like, this guy's voicing for Spider-Man in this game before, the dialogue that you were just hearing right now, it kind of doesn't sound right, but I did hear other dialogues he voices in the game, and he sounds better in those other dialogues. This dialogue that you're hearing right here, this doesn't make him sound right, but just knowing that you think that, you know, he doesn't sound like Spidey, well, you wait and watch him voice other dialogues in the game, he sounds better then, so... But with all due respect, I'm still gonna give him a maybe, though.
That morning, everything changed. What I thought
Even though I didn't get too far in the game, but I really heard it was a pretty good game.
Fires burned out of control. People running for their lives. How could we save them all? How was I gonna save my friends? Black Widow. She put everything on the line to go along with my idea. I hope for her sake I was right. The only thing certain was that things were gonna get really rough.
Why do I feel like he sounds like Nightwing or something? Never mind. Alright, so the 30 minutes hit the video. So yeah, like I said, I knew I was going to have to make a part 2 because this is a pretty long video. I feel like I might have to make a part 3 as well. We'll see because, you know, we'll see because, I don't know. So that's it for part 1. I want to wait till after I see all the voices before I could tell you who I like as the voice for Spider-Man and stuff like that. So yeah, so that was part 1, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to cut the video right here. We'll do part 2 in the next video. So thank you all for watching. That'll be it for today, guys. If you like this video, give a thumbs up. If you dislike, give a thumbs down and all. So once again, join me next time, and we'll do part 2 and continue where we left off with the Spider-Man voice comparison updated version by GenerationWest. But until then, this is Joe Flash signing off, and have a good day.